What's going on, world? Work Hard Wednesday. Today, last day of August, August 31st. And so, thank you, Lord, for bringing us here together. We're not going to have a meeting on Friday because it's the opening day for the season opener for Chico High School. So we're back to that. Another year going through that outlet. So, just want to give you guys a heads up. First, we want to get over, get into our, excuse me, get into our cheat sheet real quick. And I find myself, when I go over when I go over the cheat sheet, and then you still like, I mean, as many times as we've gone over this, we still find ourselves like on the go. Like if someone asks us, "Hey, what is this?" It's still kind of like, "Oh, dang," because you don't expect it to be asked that, certain things like that often. For the most part, the things that we know are that's pretty much all a lot of people are looking for. But those extra things like malic acid or what is this, what is it good for, certain benefits. We know certain things, but it's all like I said, man. This stuff right here, you just have to it's repetition. You got to get it in there, and that's why we do these cheat sheets so that we're always prepared, when it does come across like certain questions being asked or whatnot, and
My bro, remember my brother right there?
yeah, and so that's why it's important for us to do this. With that being said, I ran it last week, so
Nick,
whoever
put your
wants
phone
to
on
jump
mute.
on, put her phone on mute. Yeah, so whoever wants to run it, feel free, jump in.
Alright, Ooze Juice, the never-ending boost. This is more than just another drink. Dare to turn your dream into reality, to inspire a generation to go further, instill confidence in oneself, and transform into a new you. Motivation, determination, and patience, strength, unity, and peace is our recipe for you to succeed. Join the movement. www.oozejuice.com. Our bottle type is 20 ounce or 591 milliliters, and it's in a heat set Amcor Power Flex long neck PET. Our bottle's diameter is 2.582 inches, as well as our bottle's width. Our bottle's height is 8.5 inches, and the net weight in fluid is 619.1 grams. And our gross weight, fluid in bottle, 659.1 grams. The finish of our bottle, or the top cap, is 38 millimeters, and the bottle weight is 40 grams. A couple nutrition facts. There's 8 fluid ounces per serving size, and there's 2.5 servings per bottle. 60 milligrams of natural caffeine per 8 fluid ounce. Three. Man, I can't even see that shit.
Let me blow it up real quick. Where you at?
Cool. Yeah, you good.
You good? All right.
60 milligrams of natural caffeine per 8 fluid ounces, 150 milligrams of natural caffeine per 20 fluid ounces, 2.5 servings per container, 70 calories per serving, 175 total, 0 calories from fat, 0 total fat, 0 grams of saturated fat, 0 grams of trans fat, 0 milligrams of cholesterol, 0 milligrams of sodium. There's 17 grams of carbohydrates per serving, 42.5 total, which gives us a daily percent value of 6% per serving and 15% total. 0 grams of dietary fiber, 16 grams of sugar per serving, 40 grams total. 0 grams of protein. There's 2% vitamin A per serving, 5% total. 8% vitamin C per serving, 20% total. 2% calcium, 5% total, and 0% of iron. Our ingredients consist of apple juice base, mango juice, pineapple juice, noni juice extract, tropical banana, and taro. Our mission statement, our mission is to motivate and inspire others to tap into their inner greatness and dare to turn their dream into reality. Our target market is Polynesian people at first due to the knowledge of origins, and then the masses, which include teens, adults, athletes, workers, entertainers, basically everyone from the ages of 15 to 35. A couple benefits of ingredients. We'll start with apple juice, which reduces bad cholesterol levels and enhances the cardiovascular health of a person. Apple juice is also helpful for weight loss and improves the functioning and health of intestines, and also combats constipation effectively. It helps clean the liver and kidneys and reduces the risk of kidney and liver disease. Mango juice. Mango juice helps improve memory and concentration, and it also helps prevent mental weakness. It is very rich in beta carotene, which prevents heart disease and other ailments, and it combats poor digestion and acidity, very effective for liver disorders as well. Go to pineapple juice. Pineapple juice contains the enzyme bromeliad, which is a natural anti-inflammatory and encourages the healing of the body. Bromelain can reduce arthritis, pain, postperative swelling, and it is also rich in protein. Um, it also contains vitamin C, which functions as a natural antioxidant, and it helps promote, pretty much it helps you recover quickly from a cold, and it promotes cell growth, tissue repair, and the body's production of collagen, which helps in the healing of wounds. Noni juice extract. Noni is one of the most nutritious fruits on the earth. It's considered to be a digestive stimulant, traditionally used as a laxative. It is effective against bacteria and fungus with active compounds like anthraquinones and terpenes. Taro is a root vegetable which is grown in semi-tropical climates. Contains good amounts of vitamins A and C and has a low glycemic index. A low GI means that the taro affects the blood sugar levels slowly, as compared to a high GI, which leads to increased hunger later on. Tropical banana contains good amounts of antioxidants, minerals, and vitamins, and replenishes energy and revitalizes the body instantly. Vitamin C helps the body develop resistance against infectious agents and scavenge harmful toxins as well. Malic acid is an organic compound that is made by all living organisms and is contributes and is used as a food additive. Natural caffeine. The caffeine in our drink comes from the raw Arabica green coffee bean, which is grown in Ethiopia as well as 70 other equatorial countries. It is known to be the Adam and Eve of coffee beans as well. Pectin is a gelling agent used as a stabilizer in fruit juices and gives you an excellent mouthfeel what taste consumers expect from fruit juices. And mango is also good for women on their period as well.
Damn. Team.
Had to throw that in there one time for S.
Oh, there we go with the flow. All right, cool. So we got about 20 minutes. I just want to give you guys some brief updates. Uh, the first one, obviously, is this Friday. We're back to, like I stated before, Seaside High School starting this 2016 football year. Then they allow us to come out and sell, and it plays a huge role as far as building brand awareness because we get a large crowd every time, and that's a good thing. They're aware of what we got going on, and they're going to the stores and they're supporting local small business. And these kids, we've watched them grow for the last 4 years. Some of them they've already graduated, and now some of them are graduating this year, and they've been with us the whole journey. And so these are those loyal customers that we have that have not only accepted our brand, but taken it and run with it and been able to expose it to so many more. And it's a blessing when you're allowed to be a part of not only our alma mater, but these kids' lives and helping them to see that anything is possible because they were there from inception, and here we are still. you know, so showing them the grind and showing them that, man, anything is possible. We just got to put our minds to it and just continue to work at it each and every day. Give it a little bit of effort and see what happens and what's to come. So that's the first thing. Another thing that I wanted to bring up with was this guy. His name is Charles Redouble, and he goes to CSUMB, and he is there. He is in a web design class. They have a project that is their senior project. It's called Capstone, in which the students in web design help a brand, company, or individual create or recreate their website, mobile app, and logo. So this is what he wants to do, free of charge. And this is something that we talked about, you know, finding people that understand the value. Me and us were talking about this last weekend about sweat equity. You know, a lot of things, we use what we learned early on is we have to use our leverage. What is our leverage? Well, we're entrepreneurs. We got something exciting. We involving our community. We're showing them like a glimpse of what this will be in due time. And a lot of people, they see it. You know, they can see it. So what Charles wants to do is in the fall, he'll start working on the web design. He contacted me today. His earliest, we can meet him tomorrow. Unfortunately, I told him in the mornings work out best because we're in the field in the afternoons. But that doesn't work out for him because his classes are in the morning. So he's free on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. Those are other days that he threw out there. He wants to get started right now. So like I said, in the fall, it's web design. We're going to be working on. We're going to give him like insight as to what we're looking for, and this is perfect timing too, especially because what we've been going over for little things to help with our email marketing. Me and Keller talked about this a lot, like and we threw it out there too early on, like what we want to do as far as making that home page, that landing page, just like a no-brainer decision where people, whatever they're looking at, and they see it, and they're ready to go to the buy page, or they're ready to sign up for our email marketing. So adding little things as far as switching the contact page from the last page and putting it on the first page, seeing where the hot spots are, you know, getting down to in depth of web design, like, okay, what is driving people to want to purchase after they see what is on somebody's first page. I mean, because what we're trying to do with email marketing, like I said, this is perfect timing. To have somebody to come in there, this is what they're going after. You know, we've had a lot of people help out in the past, and now we got another helper to revamp and, you know, bring that excitement back. I mean, don't get me wrong, our website, I love it. Like, to be honest, like our benefits page, I wouldn't even change it. But then again, it's just like, okay, well, if we're like we're missing something, then that's where, you know, the minor edits come in. But I mean, from like just for me personally, and like I said, I think we're kind of biased because we like everything that because it's exciting, it feels new. It's like, oh damn, it's cool. But I mean, I love it. I mean, it's just like minor tweaks too that we need to do, obviously, to get that engagement from our online consumers or potential prospects, I should say. And that's where Charles is going to come in. So in the fall, he's going to work on web design. In the spring, that's when the app is going to come. We're going to start working on a new app. That's what he wants to help us out with. So that this is what he said: to redesign the website and possibly create a mobile app that would let people know where and how to order Oosh Juice. We've been talking about this for how long? You know what I mean? And so this guy has it, you know, has insight and understanding of how to create the app that we're looking for. And here goes to finish off, it's merchandise and where new promotions are, as well as recreate a logo if interested. If we wanted to do that as well, he could help us out in that area. All he wanted to do was meet every few weeks to discuss the vision, look, and feel that we want. And if we aren't happy, he'll change it up easily. And then you can choose to not use or not use any or constructively criticize anything to your liking. So once again, this guy's going out. This is a class project for him. this is what he wants to do, and he's been with us since the beginning. I mean, in the ending, he's like, man, I was here when you guys started, and I'm still here. Yeah, I love what you guys are doing. I mean, this is great, and for me to get an opportunity for a project to pick anybody, I want to pick you guys, and so, and then just what gets me is he's ready to start tomorrow. So that's why I wanted to have this meeting, because if worst case scenario, like because Monday, obviously we can't do Monday. Monday is Labor Day, right? Yeah. And then I mean Wednesday and Thursday they come up. Those days can work next week. But if we wanted to start right now, like I said, tomorrow, I was gonna let him know after this meeting uh, if we had availability. Like I'm talking to Keller too, like right here, if we had availability for tomorrow. If not, like then we can work it in, like where my schedule is free, and then we can link up next week. But he's ready to get the ball rolling ASAP, and I'm excited, to work on these little things that help us with what we're trying to accomplish through the online world, because there is a huge market out there and we want to tap into it. And we need to find people like this. And this is where our leverage is paying huge dividends. I mean, there's so many, like I said, so many people have helped us in these areas that we're deficient in. I mean, because we don't know too much. I mean, all we're doing is learning off of YouTube or whatever information we come across, and we're like, dang, okay, this looks cool, and we're kind of just going off like that. But there's so much more into it that we're not seeing, and then that the customers are not seeing, which are the potential prospects, sorry about that, that they're not seeing, which makes them or leads them to want to buy and purchase, and then and go from there. And so what I wanted to throw out first with Charles, and our direction towards revamping our website. I mean, the great thing about it, we went like as far as us in the marketing team, man, we looked at so many different websites and the ones that we liked, and here goes the opportunity because this is his grade, right? To somebody that's really going to just stand in the pocket and just go into everything that we want. You know what I mean? Like the sites that we liked, right? We like Naked, and we like Palm Wonderful. Those are Oddwalla. Those are a couple that are just thrown out there, but I want to create something just like that, like where people just like, damn, it it just makes you want to buy, And this is definitely like something I'm excited about. Not to say I'm not excited about a lot, anything else, but I really want to tap into this online world and get this thing going. So if you guys have anything that you guys would like to see, because we are going to be meeting with him. If not tomorrow, we're going to be meeting with him soon. Make a list of things that you would like to see as far as on our website. Anything that we've talked about in the past that we weren't able to do because of lack, but now it's that time. I want to take full advantage of this. I don't want to leave anything out. I know we got some creative ideas in minds, and put this thing together, and we go attack it like nobody's business, man. So send me all that information. Let me know, and then we'll approach him and we'll let him know so that he can start working on this thing, and getting what we want to see, like what we want to put out there for our customers.
What time is it going to be tomorrow?
He didn't give us basically like afternoon, because he didn't give a specific time. I just told him morning works, but he says he has class, so anything in afternoon. I told him we're usually out in the field during the afternoon, but if something comes up, we'll definitely hit you up. So I don't know what your schedule looks like, and then like whatever. I mean, he's flexible in the afternoon.
Shoot, I'm free in the afternoon.
You have a specific time that you would want to work off of, or?
I mean, it's Thursday. Not really crammed or nothing. Just whenever he's free. Sure.
All right, so I'll contact him. I'll actually CC you in the message,
Yep.
email, and so I'll connect you guys like that, so you guys can start a dialogue too. Um,
All right, for sure.
all right, cool. And then I got a another email from Ugni Ugane or Ugane Ukute. What? Anyways, this is that guy from Drinkpreneur that really, I mean, when he seen our website and he was just like, man, I really wanna. He sent us a free product. Unfortunately, they're based in where was he at? He's based in like the where is this guy at? He's basically in the UK because he's based overseas and they wanted to when they took a liking just um, our story, our website, you know everything that we're doing. They follow us on social media too, and they usually don't do this, but they wanted to write an article even if they didn't get no product. So he finally got back to me and he threw out some questions that I'm going to be answering. And once again, this is for Drinkpreneur. Their biggest followings are US and UK. Uh, oh, that's where he's based on Lithuania. Lithuania Euro. That's crazy. But they're gonna write an article for us in Drinkpreneur, so I'm gonna answer all his questions that he threw out there, and then we're gonna and then we're gonna we're gonna be in this magazine pretty soon here. Once I finish that up, which is and then I'll get the specifics too, and then ask him if he could send us all copies as well. And then an update with BevNet, we're still a go, as far as I know, for the September issue, and this one is for free. So definitely took a part of that, and their subscriptions, 26,000 followers that they have, so a big audience. Once again, it's just free advertisement, free exposure. They wanted us to actually sponsor them for two major events to close out the year, which is Expo East, just like Expo West that I went to was it last year? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then NACS National Association of Convenience Stores and annual conference. So that's the one. It's held in Atlanta, Georgia this year. It's usually in Vegas, and we wanted to be a part of that, like the NACS. Next year, I just can't see us not being a part of a trade show just for the simple fact that we just have to be a part of it. You know, whatever well, when I went to the Expo West, their expense and their tag was about 3 racks or 3 to 5. So it's going to be like a 10K thing because you're including the samples as well, and you're looking for the connect. You know, the NACS that's the one I was like I really want to be a part of because of the fact that this is where all the retailers go. So it makes it easier for us. Um, Unfortunately, we're not going to sponsor BevNet and what they got going on for these shows, but they threw it out there, and I wanted to you know throw it out there to you guys just to let you guys know. We do have an event coming up here. I don't know if you guys heard about this event. There's a couple events that I wanted that I was looking into, and I'm gonna show you guys this one right here. But it's in Oakland, and I was waiting for a response because it's Labor Day. It's this Monday, so I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the High Road Day. I never heard of it, but this event right
Oh
here.
yeah, I heard of that.
Oh, for real?
It's huge. Sue and all them perform at that every year.
Oh yeah. So I mean, when I looked at the lineup, I mean, I don't know a lot of these guys on this lineup, but they had like people that we know, like that. You know what I mean? They had like
Yeah, they do like
Juvenile right there.
it's like kind of like a
Ju-
Bay Area, smaller South by Southwest where they bridge like smaller artists with big artists, pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah, and then they had Just Blaze and
Larry June's pretty
uh,
big too.
Neff is gonna be there. Who else is there?
Rex is cool. That's Beezus homie, Rex.
Oh, for real? Which? Oh, Rex Life?
Yeah, he's dope as fuck.
That dude, Skip,
Skipper. Yeah, Skip signed to the or Skip's fucks with Nacho's producers now. Nacho's
and
Young
then
L from the
S
back.
Big Homie Too Short.
Yeah.
Too short in the place. Yeah, but I mean, I just wanted to show you guys this because there's three stages, over 40 artists and DJ, and when I took a look at like, this event, I mean, it looks like it's hella big.
Nah, it'd be popping. There'd be thousands of people there from what I seen.
Yeah, and there goes like their sponsors right here: Sparkling Ice, Core Water, Monster, uh,
Bloom.
Beast Mode. He jumped on there.
Oh, that's what's up.
But this is something that's on Monday, and they gave me they actually got back to me. Her name is Veronica Weber, and she said that they have an opening for us. Uh, they want us to be a part of it. I just want to ask her like what their attendance is looking like, but from the look of it, I think it's a huge event. You got all these artists performing on three stages, and then it's Labor Day. Like, everybody's out on Labor Day. So I'm gonna contact them, but I just want to let you guys know that that event starts from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And by tonight, when I get a response back from her, and I want to do it, just for the simple fact that we were trying to do this one this Saturday, right? Uh, yeah, the Aloha Fest or whatever in San Francisco, and we couldn't get a part of it. So this is we need these events. So this one on Monday, and then if we're able to do it, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to take that step forward and do the event and push through. Uh, because of the fact that I know, man, if it's a huge turnout, that we're gonna hawk and we're gonna kill. We're gonna get a lot of people to buy, and then even with water sales too. I just feel that we'll have a very successful event. Now, once again, I got to get the number first. Let me see that. I'll text you guys afterwards, and then let you guys know what the deal is. And whoever is free, then we
What
got to go out there and handle business.
what's the price?
Um,
What did she
huh?
get? How much does it cost?
No, this one's only 400.
Oh, that's not bad at all. You could make that in an hour or two.
Yeah, especially I mean if it's lit, I mean that's what I'm kind of expecting, that it's going to be a mass turnout, and
Yeah,
those are the ones
I
that
just
were,
remember pictures I seen like from like girls posting or like just people in general. Fucking, there it looked like crowds upon crowds of people. So that would be hella lit.
yeah, and that's what I seen on this site called it's called Everfest. That's the one I've been looking at lately, and I've been finding events, and then not only that, but we've been on Facebook and we've been finding events, and we've been getting into certain groups that other people share what events they're going to be a part of, and that's how we got in the door for these past few ones. And it's just going to be, I'm just letting you guys know, man, we're going to be more proactive towards events. It's just the way it is. I mean, I take full responsibility of why we weren't doing more events this year. I mean that was our whole purpose and our goal. I take full responsibility. But now that that I find them, and we're finding them pretty easily. I think it was just like we weren't searching in the right area, and that's why we missed a lot of this. But now that we have access to all these events, I mean, this is what PRs do, and we're doing our own PR by looking for these things. And the other thing that we have to get on to is getting back to, like we said, the publication part of it, getting in the news magazines, the newspapers, the getting on radio. We have access to these. That's what I wanted to throw out there to you too, Keller, because Angela gave me the connects to the radio station here, and and the dude for KSBWA. And so I'm gonna link up with you, and I'm gonna slide you that information so that we can make contact with these people. And he told me how to do it as far as leveraging, using our product as far as instead of spending money,
Yeah.
they'll allow us to use, product, donate product in exchange for ad time and whatnot. So that's the way we're gonna roll. So I'm, yeah, these are going in. This is a good time of the year as far as prepping for 2017. Every weekend, I want to be hitting an event up. I don't want to go any weekends without events. I think it's that serious. Like, man, if we're really going to make this push to increase our sales like exponentially, it's going to be like that, taking that strong push towards getting out there and being more proactive. And every event that we've done, we've been successful at. That's that's like the great thing about it is like, man, we've done well at every event. So the ones that we're finding, I like to say that we're asking the right questions as far as how many people are going to turn out, and then even if that turnout isn't there, we are still like pressing the line, pushing the issue, and we're reaping, what the seeds that we've sown. So, man, this is what we want to do moving forward. So stay tuned and for more events. So this Hyro one, I'll keep you posted. Like tonight with what's going on with that. Another event that is going to be coming up on I believe the 17th. It's one in our backyard. Right? Yeah, it's a 2-day event. This one is Santa Cruz Mountain Soul Festival. So this one is actually geared towards who I want to say, like the old, like the '80s type of feel, like music, like who's it, Sheila E. Or yeah, like those type. I don't know. These here, I'm gonna show you guys right now, real quick, and so this event right here is called Santa Cruz Mountain Soul Festival, and I mean, as you can see, it's like that type of feel. Ed Sharp, the Magnetic Zeros, George Clinton, the Parliament, Funkadelic, G Love, Special Sauce, Sheila E. As you guys can see, those. I mean, but this is the type of feel for this event. Uh, what I was told, I reached out to Denise. She actually handles the vendors, the arts and crafts vendors. 4,000 tickets per day. So like 3 to 4,000 tickets per day for this event. And I wanted to do it because of the fact that it's in our backyard, Santa Cruz. I mean, there's not really too much going on in our backyard as far as the events, and the ones that we have reached out to, it's like I don't know, it's just they haven't been receptive, like hearing us to allow us to be a part. So that is the reason why I wanted to do this one. This is also like up there is like 500 for this one, and then they charge $50 like for extra help. So I was thinking, as far as this event, I think three people will be good for this one. We'll see. But that's just what I think like I have in mind. I already wanted to be a part of this. I already contacted them, and we're gonna do this for September 17th and 18th. So just be prepared for that for us out here. I know S is gone. He's gonna be out there on the cruise that week, that whole week. So those are 2 events that we got going on. So once again, we're thinking the 17th and 18th, and we're thinking about the 5th. So this upcoming week, right, the 10th, we got to look for events for that weekend too. Like I said, I want to close out strong. I mean, it's the bottom line. There's no way, like our goal is to reach 100K in sales for. I mean, we've done it already. Every year we've done it, but as far as like instead of going from like year to year, like calendar, what I mean by that is how we started off we're already 6 months into 20. 2013 when we started off. We're talking about, like we said, a whole year, a whole calendar year. So this whole calendar year, 2016, is what we're looking for. And it's just, it's just a little thing to give us just something that we can say, damn, we can be proud of. Like, damn, we actually did it in the whole year. And so I don't want to fall short, and the way we don't fall short is hitting up events. Because events, we have the potential to rake in anywhere from a 1 to 2K. That's huge. For a weekend, that's big. And what we're trying to accomplish is getting faster sales generated in order for us to really put our own on where we have part-time and full-time. That's the purpose of these events. Yeah, we're going to spend a little bit of money, but the more consistent we are with these events, the faster we can really get on. And then not only that, but the farmers markets are coming into play too. So these are the things that we have to be looking at in order for us to get to that point. I mean, there's no other way around it. Like our retailers, yeah, we're doing well, and we're going to continue to open up those doors, more doors as well with retailers. But as we can see, what we're seeing as far as what we're able to do through events, that's the way to go. I mean, don't get me wrong, like we're still going to be hitting retailers, yeah. But as far as when we're on weekends, when we have weekend shots, we need to hit up these. So I want to stay active. I want to stay busy and close out this year strong. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. We know that. So
With that
this
said,
one,
just wanted to throw out, I sent you an email about an event checklist. Check your email real quick.
okay, I got it.
Since we're talking about it. But with these events, we talked about a little bit, Boog, on the phone, that, one, we gotta get polos ordered for us guys that are out there working. Time to step our game up as far as our presentation at the booth. We do a decent job of, setting up to look nice. This past weekend in Roner Park, just kind of looking at the pictures that we took and just the setup, it needs to look a little bit more clean than that.
I got them polos on deck, Goose.
Yes, sir. But you see the email, Luce?
Nah, did you send it to me? Which email did you send it to?
I sent it to Boog Togva at 44.
Yeah, let me open up my other.
Oh, my fault. I should have.
Nah, but you're exactly right, though, because I mean, that's been in my head as far as like just collared shirts, polos, like, because I just think of like not only salesmen but people like people that like that get engagement, and it's like just
So
us
basically,
alone smiles, just us being like having good energy, people feel that. But again, like if we step our presentation up, that could lead a lot more people to come to the booth, and then we just seal the deal, like you said, with the smell and everything else, and just the feel, like our energy.
yeah, the idea I had was something like telephone companies. You know what I mean? Like Sprint, fucking AT&T. Like when you see their booths out, you know exactly who their people are. And a lot of times, if you have AT&T or you have Sprint or Verizon or whatever it is, you're actually going to go talk to those people if you have problems with your service. And so we want people to have the same mentality, right? They're looking for a beverage. Who are they going to speak to? They're going to speak to us because we're beverage people. You know what I mean? And if they can easily identify us, and the thing that separates us once we get uniformed up is that it drops that level of approachability, because again, we're in uniform. It's cool that we have our shirts on, and a lot of times we match. Our shirts are pretty much matching, but at times, our shirts they're not ironed, or they're a little bit dirty, or like they got the little red on it because we've washed it 20 million times already. Like we gotta have a specific uniform for events, and we, like I was telling Bug, when they come to our booth, What if somebody else has a T-shirt on, you know, that we just sold them or whatnot? I want to differentiate ourselves from those people too.
Yeah.
And literally, these are not for sale for anyone else. These are specifically company-issued uniforms. You know, so any events we go to, right away, they should be able to identify us. Therefore, they get to the information faster. You know, and we keep
Yeah,
talking about it. This is the information age.
yeah, I don't know. It's not popping up. I don't see it.
Damn it. Let's see if I can do. Let's see. Is your Gilla at Ushus work or Jeremy?
You can just send it to gelicoleo.tongafile@gmail.com. Oops.
Okay. I wonder if Mix is working.
Oh, I got it right now.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to resend it to Killer because. Can you see it now?
Oops. Yeah, it's coming up.
Can you see it? Us?
Yeah, it's actually it's like loading because it's trying to pop up right now off of Word.
Oh. But basically, I'll go over it.
All right.
It's it says events setup checklist. It has the event name, whatever name it is, the location, the contact person's name, contact phone number, date of event, start time and end time, cases needed, and then the Ooze Juice representative, whoever's there to hold down the fort for that event. Then it goes on. That's the first part. It says event information. And then the next part is the checklist. First, and I'll just read through the checklist. Checklist says you must be fully groomed and in uniform 15 minutes prior to the start of the event. So basically, just being ready. You know, our hair should be combed, or you know what I mean. We should look nice. A tent, cooler, ice, a dolly if needed, zip ties or bungee cords, anchors or ankle weights to hold down the tents. There should be some tables there, or table, or however many tables we need. Table, skirt, and cover. Towel to dry off the bottles. Dry erase board and stand, just in case we have any specials or any giveaways that day. POS materials, obviously the Ooze Juice bottle, our nutrition and stat sheets, you know, any pens that we may need, email clipboard, iPad, or even a fishbowl to collect business cards. We should also have a business card holder so that we can display our cards on the table properly instead of just throwing it out there stacked up. If we have a holder, obviously it'll keep it in place better with the wind and all that. And also, it just looks more presentable on the table. Apparel for sale should have a price sheet. So we know exactly what's for sale. And not only that, this weekend we gave away 2 of the wrong shirts. because we just thought, hey, they get 2 shirts, you know, and we picked whatever size because some of the shirts there wasn't the same size. But we need to know, you know, ahead of time which shirts are the giveaways, which are the promotional shirts, and which are not. And then lastly, it says grateful attitude and $1 million smile. But
Check.
that's the checklist. You know, I mean, literally, we have to set ourselves up mentally before we get there. It was funny because I told Mick this, you know, when we went to Warren Park. I was on my drive there, and the whole way throughout my drive, I was just like, man, I'm finna go over here and kill some shit. Like, literally that. I'm gonna go kill shit. We're gonna go kill shit. I'm gonna go kill shit. Like, I just kept on. And what did I mean by that? Shit, anybody was getting the ooze juice, even if they didn't want one.
Stop the violence, damn.
You know
For
what I
real.
mean? We were strong arming ooze juice out there. But, you know, just like, I mean, when you set yourself up, you'd be surprised how you actually do. You know, like, you're just in a better mentality. You're in a better mood. And that checklist, literally, when I thought of the checklist, my main thing was that last part. Yeah, everything else mattered, but that last part is integral to our success in selling, and it's integral to our success in people being comfortable with us. Because that's why it said, you know, be well groomed and in uniform 15 minutes ahead of time. So right when the thing starts, boom, we're there smiling, ready to receive people. And people feel that, you know, like they really do. So, you know, when I thought about it, the last thing, you know, the main thing I was thinking of is, you know, having a grateful attitude. Be grateful that you're able to do this, and it's something you enjoy, you know. And not only that, always have a smile on your face, no matter in the midst of the storm, you know, because other people, they got problems, and they don't want to see other people's problems. You know,
Yep.
they want to see other people that are happy, and, you know, that are, you know, they're coming to get away from their problems. So, you know, if we have a smile on our face, and, you know, it's easy to it's easily received. But again, the presentation of our booth, you know what I mean? That's the next level. And maybe the reason why we never went to the NACS is because, you know, obviously those are things that matter. When we go down there, what the booths look like? Nigga, them booths is like fucking hundreds, maybe thousands of dollar booth, $20,000. You know what I mean? Why? Because you gotta attract people. How do you separate yourself? Well, we worked on the booth. Our booth looks great now. We have a backdrop, you know, all those things. And now we need to work on, you know, just the little things, the skirts, you know, even if it's just black Velcro, you know, we need to just have something simple to cover up the table. And then after the black Velcro, you know, just a tabletop. You know, it could be an ES style, you know, nice, you know, whatever, but it just, the presentation needs to be like out there. It needs to catch people's eyes, and it you know, it has to look professional. Like, it shouldn't be, you know, messy around there. One of the things we did, like, we had the trash in the back of our booth. Like, you know, we need to, we were emptying it every time it got big. But, you know, even simple stuff like that, like, it shouldn't be seen. You know, the little things really do matter.
Most definitely. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Like, we've been doing this 3 years now. It's like, you know, we just got to understand these little things. I mean, if you see somebody just like, okay, man, just cleaning up, man, you got to catch it. I mean, that's the whole thing, and we're not catching it like we should be. And it's important that we do bring these things up and address it because of the fact that people are watching. You know, they're looking at it like, okay, man, they got that stuff over there. Like, you never know, and you just want to clean up everything and make it look appealing, inviting, so that people want to engage. Yeah, the smile, yeah, it's gonna get there. It's gonna get a lot of people. Don't that's real, but it's just those little things that we touch up on, we tidy them up, and and it only can enhance the experience that much more. So these things that we know already, by putting it down like the checklist, it's all it is just so that the people that are coming along with us, that they could see it too. I mean, yeah, we understand it because we've been doing it, going through the motions. We know how to make these things, how to make these events successful. But for the new people that's coming in, that's why S wanted to put this up so that they can see exactly what is required of them as well when they step into this arena. Um, let me see it. But take this all in. You know, that's the main purpose for these checklists, these systems, these processes, so that we can write them down, we list it, and that everybody understands and is on the same page, instead of us feeling, thinking that people are mind readers. Now they can actually see for themselves what it really is, and it makes our job easier too. Like, some things are just self-explanatory, but then you still got to take that next step to just make sure, hey man, you see the list? All right, we good? All right, cool.
I mean, things are self-explanatory and we should know, but at the end of the day, how many times do we forget the little
Exactly.
thing? Like how many times do we forget ice? And it's our main thing.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's not just so, not for the new people, it's for us too. I mean, the book that I was telling you about a while back, the Checklist Manifesto,
Mm-hmm.
that book is literally for situations like this. Write it down. And not only that, literally get in the habit of fucking going through that checklist. Some things are not going to be needed at every event. But again, how many times do we go through the checklist and we get everything, but then we remember something else? Like as I was just reading the checklist, one of the things that we missed up on a lot of sales opportunities was because we didn't have a square reader. And people were like, can you take credit card? And we're like, no. I mean, people that wanted to buy shirts, people that wanted to buy fucking cases, because they get a free shirt, we couldn't accept cards. So we had to turn away at least 4 or 5 people that was literally serious about buying. So, that's why I just looked at the checklist and I forgot to put it on there, but I could easily add it. you know. Then you also have a log. This is like literally it has event on this checklist. Once you see it, you'll see what it looks like. I mean, there's a box to the right where we can write any notes, on the side. There's an event staff sign off, event lead sign off. If we once we get to that point, we will have, one of the staff members sign off on it, one of the lead members sign off on it. That's exactly where we got to get to, because what about when we have 10 events in one day and we're
Yep.
not at any of them? We have people in the field that are out there, and how are we going to hold each other accountable? Well, this is part of the process, and that we have to instill into the corporate culture. It's not just for us to, we should know this, because again, we're looking at it, we're not going to be in the field in 5 to 10 years.
Hmm.
But all these other people are. And if they have a process to follow, then that makes our job easier. The checks and balances of everything, it's like, okay, well, what happened at this event? Oh, who's the event leader? Bam, it's on the checklist. Who's the staff member that was there? Who was responsible? Why did we leave 10 cases at the venue? Like those. What happens when those things start to happen? So now we have to build it in right now while we're still building, because of the fact that, again, we want to get to that point. But if we don't start operating in that now, then we're never going to get there. It's just going to be like, we're going to expect the next person to have it in their head. But remember, they didn't go through 3 years of training like us. So these things, they're very important. It also serves as a record keeper. You know what I mean? Again, like we're saying, what if we have 10 events and Mick goes here, you go there, I go here? We got 7 other events. Who's responsible for those events? Kelly
Right.
goes there. 4. Now we got 6 other events. Brandon goes to another one. Now we got 5 other events. Who are those 5 people? We don't know yet. So in order for us to get there, we got to write these things down on paper, and we got to put it in our goals. This is also a forecast of, again, we're putting it out there that we're not going to be the ones running these events soon. So we got to set it up to where as if we are. If we were there, then these are the things that we went through to make sure this event is successful.
Hmm.
These are ways, you know, it teaches us to learn to document things. I mean, prime example, I forgot I was supposed to send you money for the cases that I got, and I forgot. But in the notes, if we had this event checklist, I could have wrote down, okay, we came with 31 cases. We sold 21, you
Hmm.
know, or, you know, we sold 20, or we used one, you know, X amount of bottles were given away, you know, based on our quota for what we're able to do. You know, those are the event leaders. You know what I mean? Like, these are things that can be written down on this sheet so that when we turn them in after the event, then you look and you go through the list and you're like, oh shit, well, there's 10 cases here that are not accounted for. What's going on with that? Oh man, my fault. Man, I need to square cash you that money. You know what I mean? Like, if I were to forget, how many times it would be like, oh damn, how many cases did you turn in for us? You know, now we could just write that shit down. And
Yeah.
these are events. You know, so every little bit of information, how many bags of ice we bought, it equaled this amount of money. What other extra expenses did we have there? Gas. You know what I mean? Like, those are things that we can track by having a sheet like this, and it's basically part of the job. Soon as you check in, this the first thing you start with. Me, Gele, Mick are at Pacific Islanders event in Redwood City. I don't know. You know what I mean? Check who's the event leader. S is the event leader. Okay, well, how many cases did you guys take? Oh, we took 20 cases. How many were sold? 15 were sold. 4 cases were whatever. You know, but if we have a record of these things, then there's not a guessing game anymore. And we get closer to our quotas. We get closer to, you know, keeping a handle on inventory better. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? After every event, we should know. Okay, well, we did 3 events this weekend. We did 21 cases here, 17 cases there, 15 cases here. This is how many X amount of cases we got off. You know, like, again, it really helps us. You know, we often forget, you know, what we do and how much we do, but this will help us with our organizational skills and prioritizing things as well.
Yeah. This is take notes. I mean, this is why it's important. You know, for things like this. Everything that S said is it's just like, well, like once again, it's gonna get to that point where we're not gonna be running these events like that. There's gonna be other people, and that's why these things are important, and we have to implement them into our systems and processes because of the fact that people just need to see it. And that's the whole thing. Like, we can communicate effectively, that's good, fine, and dandy, but there's another step when you write something down, and people, and I'm just speaking for majority of people that know how to read, they're gonna see it. They're gonna be like, oh damn, okay, this is this, okay, got it. Simple as
You know,
that.
another thing is it's discipline, right? If we
Hmm.
can't discipline ourselves to do this, it's like me in security. I always tell these guys, like, the things that I don't do, or I'm expecting of them, I do it first. I'm disciplined to either not do those things or do the things that are needed. And if they want to be like me in any way, how can they expect to be like me if they're not disciplined in those same areas? So same
Yeah.
thing for us, right? How can we expect the next group of people that's going to be doing these types of events to be disciplined and get things right when we're not disciplined, when we're not practicing it? You know, we have to do it first. I mean, even as tedious as it is, it's like, again, this is the process,
Yep.
and it literally helps us to check and balance things so that there are less errors. You know what I mean? That's what we want. We want to get through things with the least amount of errors as possible, because the least amount of errors you have, the greater your win percentage is.
Oh yeah.
Think about this little thing, right? Little errors, right? Little errors of not coming to the event with enough ice. Now, guess what? During the event, somebody has to run and go get some ice. Not only is it gas, but it's also time. It's also an extra body that we lose for that X amount of time. Like, those are the things. So how do we stop those little things? Hey, you got the checklist. How many cases, how many cases are we taking? Well, because we got this many cases, we need this amount of ice for how many hours. You know, all those things count. Because again, when we lose out on the person to go get, I mean, we see this in our family all the time. You know what I mean? How many times do they do all these things, and then when it comes the day of, they're running around during the event. So now they miss out. All these things happen. But again, we keep saying it. Preparation is key. And we're shooting ourselves in the foot if we're not doing those things.
There you have it. So starts this weekend with our next event. Obviously, this event setup checklist will be there. I didn't even know you guys didn't even get ice, but that was just
No,
unacceptable.
we had ice. We just ran out.
Oh, right.
But that's what I'm saying is, like, those things, if we're able, the better we're able to plan for little stuff like that, again, it saves us somebody going to the store. It saves us the body we're missing, and we get those extra minutes that are needed to continue to, not only kill our proposed, goal, which is get our money back for, product, the entry fee, and the traveling expenses, all our expenses for the day, and then over and above. But again, think about it. If we had the extra person for the 30 minutes that they were gone to get ice, shit, that's what, 5 or 10 bottles right there at least.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking on the little scale. You know what I mean? The word says, if we're faithful with the little things, he'll bless us with the big things.
Exactly.
But we really gotta train our minds to think that, it's like going to war without our uniform, without our tools. That's what the checklist is about.
Most definitely. But so top priorities is, the one thing I was thinking about too, like because Sean from Huli Huli, he does shirts too. I was thinking about looking into him as far as to see what his prices are for polo shirts to get us some polo shirts. So I'm gonna
keep that connection. You know what I mean? Like, even if, shop around, but even if, like, think about it. We're trying to connect with different people. That's a resource, but still look around. It doesn't hurt.
Hey, is there any like special like requests as far as what we would want on it? Is it just simple polo and our logo, or?
I say plain and simple, bro. Logo and Oosh Juice. That's it. Or, just a logo. Like, literally, like, how Sprint just has the Sprint.
Yeah.
Like, it's very simple like that. It should just be like Oosh Juice, and maybe have a logo, or but just basically identifiable. It just separates us from the normal groups out there. Maybe it could say Ooze Juice with the band on it, underneath it. The band that's on our band on the thing. Maybe it could be something something really, really simple, but it just it's us. It's our logo.
Sure. All right. I'll play around with some concepts and get with Keller too. Play around.
I'm telling you, watch we start coming out like that. Niggas will go, oh shit, what's going on? Next level shit, nigga.
Yeah. But that was pretty much like the majority. There's some other stuff that we'll talk about another time, but those are what's coming up. I really wanted to hit you guys with something that's coming up next Monday, and then this whole next month of September, and how we just need to kill through direct to consumer. Another thing that was brought up, and I don't know if we would run it, but it was just this is the last thing. But we were thinking about like mark or doing another like a $20 per case. But I'm just kind of I don't know if it's kind of hard to do that. I mean, we would run it for the whole month, just like we did last year with that whole campaign thing, with the $25 cases. But this one, I don't know. I'm still kind of like on the fence about it. We were thinking about September running it, but I kind of just really want to kill through. I mean, I know we would kill. Like, don't get me wrong with that, with running those specials. But I don't know yet. Still kind of. What do you guys think? Like,
Is it for like the end of the year special or end of
kind of
the
like
summer?
just kind of throwing like some kind of special promotion throughout, to end the year and
In the summer, end of the year.
summer. Yeah, something like I know, because I know we could do something like that again, but I don't know if we want to, if that's what we should do. Like that's the hard part because obviously you keep on dropping these prices. It's kind of hard when people are like, damn, you know what I mean? We playing that game so early on to drop these prices. It's good. Don't get me wrong. Like for the promotional part of it all, um, it's still I don't know. Like as far as the
I mean, I
product.
think we should run it like if they do something for us, I don't know whether it be give their email or, add us to all the social media tags and their email, then they get X percentage off.
Ah,
Then we get something in return instead of just throwing it out there. It's not, as simple as, oh, cool, I could just hit them niggas up and I get the deal.
right.
You're still creating almost like that. It's like I check out these shoe sites all the time, because I just love shoes. And one of the shoe people that I follow is Soul Supremacy. I'm always checking their website, but they're always the way they do things is that they get you to kind of like subscribe. And then I was also checking out, like I was looking at Apple Music thing, and I was trying to listen to something, and the way they set it up is you accept the terms and you get a free 3-month trial, but then it automatically locks you into a plan and you pick it.
What?
Yeah, so it's like that for a lot of different apps now. They give you a free trial, and after that period of the trial period, then they lock you into a specific membership. And so that's what I was kind of thinking about. Maybe these types of sales, it's like we need something from them. How do we grow social media wise, email marketing wise? Well, that's a way we can give away the product, at these particular, lower prices if they give us information that we want.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
so now there's a trade of value like we always talk about.
That's even better. I like that one.
You know what I mean? Because then they're really not getting something that price just for nothing. Where they need to give us their email address, their Twitter handle, their IG handle, their Snapchat, Facebook, whatever it is, MySpace, I don't know. But they give us all those things, and they like our product or something. Tag us in a photo or something. I don't know. And then you get that particular. But we got to set it up that way. And so we got to set it up to, figure out how we can set it up that way. Like once we get that information, then boom, their order goes and it's cleared.
Cool. Yeah, that's definitely something. I like that better. So we'll work on that and put together that campaign where, where we get something in return as well. Cool.
Yeah, anytime we start giving stuff away, man, we just got to figure out, we got to get a little something back. And it's not like oh, we're expecting something back, but I mean, that's what all these companies are doing now. Like it sounds like it's free, but then next thing you know, you're signed up and subscribed, for $9.99 a month, $9.99 $99 a month contract.
Right.
You know, but those are the types of things that we need to implement and try to figure out how we can wiggle into our, our pricing and website stuff.
For sure. All right, cool. I mean, that was it pretty much. Thank you guys for your time. Appreciate it. And I'll keep you guys posted with the upcoming events and what what we're doing as far as progress uh, and then anything else that just comes up, like how we always do. So stay tuned. Also, we're gonna be dropping in some more apparel soon, so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, that's it pretty much. Thank you, Jesus. And in Jesus' name, I ask that you be with us all. Amen. Love you.
Amen.